here's some video. This is the driveway looking out of the property that you drive up into, and you can see at the end of the tunnel there is a house. And so all this brush here does not belong to the land, but it's for sale, so I could get that too at some point. And then starting right about there is the land, and then you can see walking up there where the car is, and I'll continue the video. So here's up a little farther. So basically there's the road there. So this ridge here is the border. Where the blue sky is there's a trailer park on the other side, but you can see it a little bit in the winter time, but those trees are pretty much grown up. So all that trees all up pretty much as far as, even if anybody cut down all the trees on this property would cover everything. And then this is all part of the property here. You can see where the dirt over there is where the creek is. And I've got my little tarp set up to camp out here, and Lee and his daughter put the fire ring together there. There's my tent. So everything now that you're going to see is all the land. There's an old livestock barn that's still pretty structurally sound, so you can keep stuff in there. I've got my rafting stuff in there right now. And so here's on the other side of the tarp that you just saw, here's the creek that pretty much runs up all the way up the middle of the screen where those two trees are right there, and then goes all up into there. Pretty much bisects the property. And all of these bushes are some kind of berry bushes. I forgot what Lee said they are, but anyway, so this is the field that we cleared the last couple of days. You can see through the trees there's a house up there that you can see a little better in the winter time, but you can't see it hardly in the summer. So here's some more of that field I was talking about in the old barn. And this is all pretty covered up right now, but that's a little culvert across the creek with a little stone reinforcement. And then you can see going up here, here's the little bridge that's wide enough to drive across if you have to. And then the creek goes on up there. And then you can see here's the little footpath kind of going into the woods, and I'll continue from up there. So this is the footpath that I just shot, and you can see all the big piles of brush and the creek going back down, and there's the barn, and pretty much everything you see is all on the property. And then the field, and then the nice woods start here. So then we'll walk up a little ways with Seneca as our tour guide. Show us the way, Seneca. He's getting old. Keep going, buddy. So then here is the little footbridge, and then the creek continues up. Here you can see, it goes on up, and all the way up there still on the property. And all these woods that you can see are on the property. Here's one site that I could put a house on, or whatever you want to call it, and then put a deck. And that big green right there is a big pile of brush, so it actually kind of slopes down to the creek, but you could put a deck right over the creek there. Or there's another site right up here that would be a good site to put a house, and I'll shoot from there. So this is up the hill right there where that boulder is where I was just standing. That little group of boulders. And this is another little site that's semi-flat that I could put some kind of structure here. And then this is the road. I mean, it's not a road at the moment, but historical road. It would just need to be cleared and have some trees cut. And then just up through these bushes a ways is the property line. But then this road continues on up here for another probably 5-minute walk or so. So we'll go up here a little ways, and then I'll shoot some looking back down there. Here's the little rhododendron tunnel that is the old road that could be cleared out also with the chainsaw. But it's a nice little walking path right now, and this is all on the property too. So this little dirt trash or path comes down from the end of the rhododendron thicket, and this is kind of at the corner of the property. It gets pretty thick up in here, but this trail keeps hiking around. You can see the markers for the border property. So this keeps going, and then you can see another marker there kind of for the other corner. And then all of this property up here is all owned by one guy. It's 41 acres that goes about 270 degrees around this property. And he's not had any development or anything. Here's another little opening. If you wanted to get way back up in here, you could. So then basically through there all the way back down, oh, I don't know, however many, couple hundred yards is where the property goes. So anyway, and here's again that little creek. It starts way up on that guy's land as just a little spring. So that's it. Well, I guess we'll go a little further. Here's the creek again. And then this, we just keep hiking around here. I mean, you get an idea for how big 4 acres is, and I've not had the video going during the whole time. So this trail just continues on. And this trail will actually hike up to the top of this mountain to a bald that you can see from Kimberly's house. It overlooks all of Asheville. So all of this property, all down here, you can kind of see way down there into the little valley, is all part of the property. So I know it all looks the same, but I walked for just about 2 minutes through these woods to get to this spot. So all of this is all part of the land. And down this little ravine, I think there's actually you can see the marker way over there, the little orange flag is the other corner of the property. So then up above there where the sunlight comes in is the backside of the trailer park property, and that is all really well wooded, and the trailer park is actually on the downside of that ridge. So then all coming down here is all part of the property too. So it makes a nice little hike around your perimeter. You know, it's a good spot. It's not, none of it is super steep. I mean, it's definitely sloping, but it's not so steep that you can't walk up and down. And then you'll see here in just a little bit, we'll come out. I'm trying to hold this as steady as I can. It's kind of hard when you walk, but anyway, all of this is going to come out here real soon down to where the car and the camper, and or not the camper, the tent is. We'll come around another 100 feet here and you'll see what I'm talking about. So there's kind of the loop of the property, and all of this actually is old road that goes on up too that just would need to be cleared. So then there's that. Oh, and Seneca must have taken a shortcut, so he's back down here. And there we are. Possible Buckley homestead.